Master of Ceremonies, Ms. Roxine Green, Human Resources Manager, Ms. Janine Chen, Vice President, Marvelyn Harvey Doherty, Assistant Vice President, Devon Bennett, Adriana Nita, Maxine Findley, Haile Hines Bedward, and the principals of Balmaji Primary School and St. Patrick Primary School, Mrs. Vinette Sims and Mrs. Suzanne White. Awardees, parents, teachers, it is my honor to address you through this medium in this unusual time in which we now live. I have been asked to speak to you on the topic, conscious adaptability in a time of change. We have never seen anything like this in our lifetime, much less in the lifetime of these awardees, nor in the lifetime of your teachers or parents. We are facing two major changes, the technological changes and the changes because of COVID-19. Many of us thought that when COVID-19 first came to Jamaica in March, that by August we would be past it. The realization as time goes by that COVID-19 is not going anywhere anytime soon is hitting us like a boulder rolling down full speed on a hill. This realization has resulted in fear for some because we have never experienced anything like this before, nor has the world experienced anything like this, not in the recent past anyway. Now we must adapt to this new normal. Now we must adapt to this change or lose our way. The first thing then, as students, parents, and teachers, is to realize that this change will be a long-term change. Secondly, is that nothing will be as it used to be. The classrooms with 30 to 40 children, the after-school activities that have many students playing contact sports that involve bodily physical contact, the groups and choirs singing together, parents meeting with each other for PTA meetings, and so many other aspects of school life will never be the same. We must therefore adapt or be left behind. The first area to adapt to is that online teaching and learning are here to stay. Each child, parent, and teacher must therefore learn how to use the internet, the educational platforms and programs that are provided. No longer can you, parents, shy away from learning how to use social media, Wikipedia, Microsoft, Google, etc. In order to supervise and assist your children, if you have been using these platforms, if you have not been using these platforms before, you must now act with speed to learn how to do so. Teachers who are still in the mode of giving children notes will be forced to be creative in their teaching style. Secondly, we must accept that communication in cyberspace will be the norm. Expect that Zoom, Skype, Google Meet and Hangout, WhatsApp video calls, Facebook Live will be some of the ways in which communication and events will be done. Thirdly, because of the pandemic, home situations might have changed. Parents, you might need to find other sources of income other than the job that you had previously. This pandemic and its attendant changes require you to be creative in your thinking, to breaking out of the traditional mindset that had you thinking that the job you had you will have for years until you retire. No, nothing is sure apart from the fact that we born and we die. So, to learn how to function in this space and in this age, communicate with your child. They can teach you how to navigate cyberspace. It is their world. They are the digital natives. We are the digital immigrants. So they are more adaptable than we are. Fourth, the career paths that your children will follow are new or not yet discovered. Yet another reality is that the children will have jobs that don't even yet exist. We are now in the fourth industrial revolution, the digital revolution, where everything is connected and driven by the Internet of Things, what is called IoT. Therefore, no longer can you direct that your child should become a lawyer, a doctor, bank engineer, bank manager, or engineer. Many jobs that are now popular will be taken over by automation, by robots. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is fast becoming the most important influence in how life happens. Therefore, our schools are now moving to focus on STEAM: science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths. Students must be taught how to code, how to make and use drones, how to program these drones. This is the new frontier. Students must be taught how to use and interpret data. All of this rapid change can make us feel out of our depth. Yet, computers cannot replicate human creativity and interpersonal relationships. Students and parents, teachers, with all of these changes, there are some skills and attitudes that we must all develop. You see, the process of learning involves knowing how to change our thinking as the need arises. In other words, how to adapt. In this new era, the 4 C's are what are emphasized in functioning in this fourth industrial revolution. What are these? Communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking. No matter the subject content, we must develop, and you students must develop and utilize all of these skills. Now in Jamaica, our culture, unfortunately, does not encourage 3 of these 4 C's. We do well at creativity, but think about the other areas. Let's begin with communication. We are so easy to take offense, and our language reflects this. Someone offends you, even stepping on your foot, and the natural response is bad word, bad word. Our children are growing up seeing adults behave like this, and they pattern this behavior. We need to learn to listen to each other, to use language, not violence, to settle disagreements. We need to use language to settle disagreements, not inflame them. We have to learn the art of communication as a people. Parents, this begins in the home by listening to your children, hear their side of the story, and value what they have to say. You then need to share with them your viewpoint in a way that they will understand, and then come to a decision about whatever the matter is. Begin then to train your children at home to communicate. The next C I want to focus on is collaboration. We need to learn to work together to achieve our goals. Teamwork is the buzzword in the modern workplace. So many times, persons are only concerned about what they want without thinking about the other person. In today's workplace, problem solving is done by teams. What is clear is that when there is a problem to address, if a team tackles it with each person contributing their knowledge and expertise, you will more easily develop a solution rather than just one person working on it alone. Think about it though. In order to collaborate, to work together, you have to know how to communicate with each other. Our attitude and behavior cannot be, me nah work with nobody because them a come go on like it's for them idea or them are the best. Or him think him act, me nah work with him. That attitude, which is so typical in our culture, has to change. We have to recognize the value that each person brings to a team. Therefore, at home, begin teaching your child to work with you or their siblings to find solutions to problems or find a way of doing a task together to make it happen more easily. The third C I want to focus on is critical thinking. In schools, the pattern for teaching and learning for so many of our teachers is to have some prepared notes that they give to the students who write these down, and when the tests or exams come, the students give back to the teacher the information in the notes that they were given. Yeah, you get 100% for remembering all of that information. Teachers feel good, students feel good, and parents feel good. Yet, there is little critical thinking going on in the minds of the students. Some teachers do not like when a student challenge their thinking, so students are regarded as troublesome. Furthermore, parents do not want to look into their children's notebooks and not see a lot of notes that the teachers have given them. I know, I have been in the schools. Teachers tell me that they cannot change their approach to teaching because the parents are going to accuse them of not giving the children work. When I say to them, if you are teaching a topic, have the students research the topic on the internet and come with the information, and then you question them to ensure that they understand what they have read, and then make them do activities to show that they can apply the information, they are shocked. They say, the parents would say they are not teaching. Now this has to change. Rote learning is no longer relevant. Students, you have to know how to research, to identify correct information, and to interpret and apply it as a part of your learning process. Teachers, you know that the old way has passed. Parents, you now must embrace this new approach to learning and encourage your children to be curious, to think for themselves, and to question opinions and to problem solve. This is the way of learning in the 21st century. Underlying all of this new approach to learning in the 21st century must be the attitudes of resilience, determination or endurance, hope and faith in God. God is in control of all things, even in these uncertain times in which we now live. Even with all the technological advancements, the human spirit can only thrive when we are in communication with God, when we develop the strength of endurance, know how to be resilient, and have faith and hope in God. So, God bless you all. And the word is, I wish you success as you embark on this new journey in your lives. God bless you.